Hello and welcome to the Virtual Grim Room. My name is Jack, your host, and today I'm bringing you another shaving video. It's been about, judging by the time, it's been about 2 hours or an hour and a half since Liverpool won the Champions League final. And for anyone inside England or anyone of football/soccer fans, you know how big that is. I've been a Liverpool fan the whole of my life, like since I was 3 maybe. And I grew up in an era where Liverpool haven't been very good, being completely honest with you. And the fact that Liverpool are now coming to the heights that they were many, many years ago, it just makes all of the pain I went through in the last 20 years worth it. Anyone that follows sports would know that situation, and yeah, it's just crazy. What am I using today? So, my soap of choice is a new soap in the den. I'm using a couple of new things here today. This is Monaco Royale by Holy Cool. Now, this scent, the way I would describe this scent, so the notes say it's a complex blend of citrus and wood. I can agree. However, for some reason, it smells a tiny bit of lavender. Just a tiny bit. It's probably about a 4 on scent strength. There is a reason I'm using this though, as it's quite firm. And I have recently acquired a new brush in the den. Now, I said last video I was looking for a good Boar brush. And I was looking around, looking to see what like the good manufacturers are, like Omega and Semogue. I came across this one. Now this is the, let's try and get a good photo of it. The lighting in here is fucking annoying. So this is the Semogue Owners Club Taj Resin. Now, I think it's called Taj mainly due to the fact that the color of the knot is ivory, and the kind of word ivory is kind of, how can I explain? I would say it's controversial. The feeling of this handle is incredibly smooth, and as you can see, there are no like imperfections. Like, I'm trying to block it from the fucking light here, because the way these apartment bathrooms are made is just lights fucking everywhere. I wish I had some natural light, but I don't. This is a very nice brush. A big reason I bought it, as you can see, it's got quite a low loft for a lot of Boar brushes. I think it's 50 to 55 mil, I can't remember. It's also very dense. So when this knot does flare, as Boars do, it's going to be a pleasure to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to start the shave for a few minutes. This is the first shave on the brush, so I don't expect it to be outrageously good. I'm going to soak it for a good 20 minutes and come back. So let's put it under the water there and let it soak. And I'm going to be using possibly my favorite double-edged razor on the market. This is the Karve Christopher Bradley razor, and today I'm using the B plate. Inside the razor, I'm going to be using a second use Personna Lab Blue. That's our shave today, guys. I don't know what I'm going to use as a post yet. I guess when we get to that stage, we'll get to that stage. Yeah, I'm looking forward to shaving. I'm going to put the blade in here. I'll be talking a lot about the Champions League final, so if you're not interested in soccer/football, I don't blame you for not watching this one. I'm going to talk about some shaving related stuff as well. There's a few soaps that I'm going to keep my eye on coming out in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, going to do this. I'm going to see you guys for loading up the brush, and yeah, I'll see you in a sec. Hey guys, it's been about like 20 minutes, so I've got a good amount of I guess wetness into the brush. Let's get the blue water out here. So to be honest, it's probably counterintuitive blending a soap, but hey. Let me grab a small towel. So we're gonna use that towel. Get the Boar here, it's been nice and soaked. So what we're gonna do is, I'm not gonna drain all the water out of it, I'm gonna drain most of it out. we still want it to be wet. Or damp, rather, more accurately. Okay. So I'm gonna overload this brush. Good backbone, I can tell already. As you saw, the first Semogue I had, in my opinion, a fairly poor backbone, so it's nice to have something with it. You never know, like as they splay, I've been told the backbone gets a bit worse, but we'll figure it out. So I kind of want to load it to the base of the knot here, so you see kind of where it is. I want to keep loading it to the base of the knot and probably a bit more. Really work in. That's how you break it in. You know, I mean, you could do it synthetically by kind of just lathering with it every day. There's also another trick which I know, and the way you do that basically is to put your brush in cold water overnight, or like for a couple of days. Take it out and then lather with it immediately. That's another way of doing it. Okay, it's very dry, so to be honest, kind of what I wanted. So where's the load there? Okay, we're just gonna go with this. I've been loading for about a minute, I guess. And this is a pretty thirsty soap. So there's our load there. It's loaded pretty heavy. It's quite a dense knot, so you can see kind of all the bristles are stuck together. Let's apply this. Bit of bloom water here. I've used this soap once, and well, I mean, I've used the base more than once, so, because I also have King of Bourbon. It's a good base. It's the scents. Holy cool, they don't tend to be too strong. King of Bourbon's probably about maybe a 5 off the tub, and this is about 4. So they're quite subtle scents. It's not particularly a bad thing. Rule of thumb here really is if you need to go back to the park, just do that, because it's a Boar, so it's not always gonna be really easy to lather with. Sometimes they can be quite finicky. So, as you can see, what I'm adding to my face here is actually quite pasty, so it's going to take quite a lot of hydration to get this lather where it needs to be, but then it just means I'm using the brush more. So, expect this to be a bit of a longer video, I think. Okay, so we're just gonna fill the sink with water. Cool, that's just paint. It's very dry, it's good dip. Spread the tips. Great backbone, very good backbone. Nice bit of scrub. Little bit of scratch, but I think that'll go as the hairs flare a bit. something's definitely happening. What it is, it's just getting wetter progressively. Again, I don't expect fantastic lathers from this for a few shaves, because frankly, I'm not. Being completely honest, this is already producing a better lather than my 2K did. They seem slightly pre-broken in, if that makes sense. Still needs way more water adding to it, so. Not lost a hair yet, apart from first hair. It's gonna happen, you know, in the first few uses. Okay. Let's paint it on and see kind of where we are. So this time in breaking in the boar, you're pretty much gonna see it, because I'd like to do it like non-synthetically, I guess. Do it properly. And when I say properly, I don't mean like there's a certain way to do it. I mean doing it through shaving. So I can really feel kind of where the brushes come from to where it eventually gets to. Because I think the way we shave is about the process, and really for me, a lot of the process, especially with animal hair brushes, I mean this brush at the moment feels really good. It has a bit of scratch. I think that'll probably go, but I mean, for its first lather, there's a few hairs that are coming out, but that will happen. For its first lather, it's done a pretty damn good job. It's a very high, well-hydrated lather. In my opinion, it feels very slick. I'm gonna just have a normal 2-pass shave today, guys. Karve, Christopher Bradley. Let's go with the grain. So yeah, Liverpool in the final. It was a tight game, you know. I like Spurs. I think they lacked a bit of guile, and because of that, Liverpool came out on top. But at the same time, I think kind of what Spurs achieved this year with not making any transfers or anything, good on them. I think Pochettino is an excellent manager, and if they continue with him, they will achieve something eventually. That's a very good soap base. So very light. The final itself, if I'm being completely objective, was actually quite boring. I think if Spurs didn't give away the penalty in that first minute, it'd have been way more exciting to actually watch. But because Liverpool's so good on the counter, Spurs were made to have to chase the game. Let's wash my face off and I'll see you guys for the second pass. See you in a sec. Hey guys, second pass time. Let's see what the flow through's been like. Not terribly bad. I will spray the brush again because it's part of the process. Just use as much of the flow through as I can before I do. I think part of the reason why I think it's doing so well on its first shave is because of how heavy it was actually loaded. It was loaded very, very heavy. Like I loaded it for a good minute. So naturally, I mean, when I soak the brush, I can see the lather slightly dissipating on the brush. I mean, as a second pass lather, that's not the best I've ever had, but it's certainly not the worst. I'm looking forward to the process of breaking this in. And I'll try and keep track of the uses, so you guys kind of know where it is. Okay, so we're going to go across the grain now. Let's do it. I'm happy Liverpool won. Very, very happy. To be honest, it's a few years since we've actually won anything, so in terms of kind of like competitions or silverware, it's nice to. We've been good for a few years under Jurgen Klopp, and it's nice to be rewarded for that finally. I think the brush has actually done a pretty damn good job considering it's its first shave. Very nice. I think that'll do for me. Let's see what's left in the brush. Not a huge amount. It's actually not a terrible lather left in the brush, as you can see. Some good peaks. But judging on how the first shave went, you know, it's going to be a nice brush to use consistently. And I look forward to the process. I'm gonna finish spreading this in, and I will see you guys for the post shave. See you in a sec. Hey guys, it's post shave time. Let's get into it, shall we? So for our aftershave today, I'm going to be using what I call my generic aftershave. And what I mean by that is an aftershave when I don't have a matching splash. And this is Barrister's Reserve Cool. Has a very nice scent, but it's mentholated, and I like mentholated soaps. I mean, splashes. Let's get a good load of this. Let's go on the neck first. Should only be a little bit of burn. Actually, to be honest, it's none. That's a great shave. I look forward to bringing you all the shaves with this brush. It's going to be great just to watch the brush change over time, and I know they do. I just happened to be a bit of a cheater last time I had a boar, and I'm not going to do that this time. Jill, I know you're looking for a good boar brush. I'd give it a go. It's about 45 bucks, which is quite expensive for a boar, but judging by that first shave, I think it's going to be worth it. I hope you guys have enjoyed the shave today. I'm in a pretty damn good mood after watching Liverpool win that Champions League final. As I said at the start of the video, I've been through a lot of crap because of this football club, you know. In more recent times, there's been more happy days than not, but a few years ago, the club was in a very dark situation, and because of the dark situation, it was like, they made me not really want to support them anymore, although my loyalty's been since I was a kid, so I'd never stop supporting that club, regardless of how shit they eventually got. I still stand by them, and I guess that's what fandom's about, right? Yeah, all I can say is I hope you guys have enjoyed the shave today. If you're new around here and haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I'd really appreciate it. For all you people that are subscribed and keep watching my videos, I appreciate your support. It's really nice to have a small community I've built here, and I'm just going to keep making videos for you in hope to grow the channel and to just get more people involved. I like to approach things as honestly as I can. If that brush was shit, I'd have said it's shit. A lot of people don't always tell you the truth with these videos, and that's what I'm about. I'm always going to tell you the truth, and I'm always going to be honest, and I hope that's why a lot of you are here. It's been your host Jack from the Virtual Grim Room. Have a lovely remainder of your weekend. Goodbye for now.